Can you hear me now? How you doing, Drop? Thanks for, no pun intended, but dropping in. 1 second, I gotta close this drawer. Living the dream. That's awesome. I'm trying the dream. That comes and goes, if you know what I mean. I'll just chill, see if we get a few more people in here. I just had some things I wanted to go over and update you guys on. It's been a little while since I've done a live update, and I was kind of missing y'all. So, what have you been up to, Drop? We're coming, we're going. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can fix that at all. Oh, you've been moving, Abigail? Shocker. Seems like somebody had to help you. Hey, Jesse, what's up? Hey, thank you. That was a really fun video to make. The plan was to make that like a half-hour video of the whole trip. And, well, we'll get into a little bit of what's been going on, but basically today I had a huge dentist appointment and I ran out of time, and I was so excited with how it was turning out that I just wanted to share what I had with you guys today. Yes, Abigail is waiting for internet, and mine apparently is making a choppy video. So that's awesome. It's good to see y'all. I tried to shut down like Wi-Fi on my phone and stuff. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. Drop. Let me know. Anyway, I'm just kind of going to get into it. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and I'll try and catch them as we go. But just thought I'd take a little bit of time and let you know what's going on with the channel and what's been going on for the last 3 months or so. So I don't know if you're all aware, but I started a podcast with Chappie from Right On 2 YouTube channel. He's back on the East Coast. I'm out here, obviously, West Coast or West. And it's been fun. But I realized, I think we recorded one last night. It was our 19th episode. I can't believe it. So we're doing that every week. And it's been a blast. So it's called Throttled Adventures. I'll type that in. You can go check that out if you want. It's basically us rambling about motorcycles, traveling, camping, shenanigans, gear. Apparently I do a few jokes. I don't know. But it's been quite successful and very fun. So I appreciate you if you have been listening. And if you haven't, go check out Throttled Adventures podcast. It's free to listen to. It only messes up your ears. Did everyone catch the video came out today? I know it was short, but I've just been dying to hear your comments. It's a little bit different format than I have been doing. Really excited about it. But I make them for you guys. So if you don't love it, let me know and we'll go from there. So what else has been up? Let's see. I set a goal at the beginning of this year to do all 10 backcountry discovery routes. And well, every time I set a goal, life has to well, it takes one finger. It says, "Can you hear me?" And then it goes, "Want me to turn it up?" Basically test me. So in order to add funds to the bank, I decided I would go from Utah to Minnesota to pick up a motorcycle camping trailer for my buddy Johnny Mac. It's about 1,400 miles away from my house. Took my truck, headed out there, got all the way out there. As I pulled into the lot to pick up the trailer, my truck basically died. We got it started. And the guy's all, "Just bring the trailer to my house. You can sleep here tonight and work on your truck or whatever." So we did that. I slept there. Ended up sleeping there for a week in that awesome trailer. It's called Don't You Know Hotel now. But basically my truck engine blew. There was no compression in the left 4-cylinder. So I was stranded, luckily in a camper with a heater, because it was 5 degrees in Minnesota, don't you know? And basically I had to rent a U-Haul because I was coming home with that trailer. Everyone's like, "Just fly home." Let me tell you where I was stranded. Little Prairie, Minnesota, population 3,000. I couldn't get an Uber. There's like 1 or 2 shops that work on vehicles within 100 miles. Couldn't get a taxi. I couldn't rent a truck, like just a regular truck, and go one way to Utah anywhere. So I got a U-Haul, got 5 gallons or 5 miles to the gallon, pulled the trailer home 1,400 miles, and got to order a new engine to be put in, which that was the end of January. And I just got a text message tonight that it should be done next week. So obviously, you know, by the time I got home, paid for the U-Haul, paid for the engine, go back, get it. The 10 BDR's budget, yeah, about $7,000 of that just poof, is gone. So whatever, but I'm still on it. I'm still going to do this. So what'd you say? Super chat. Go ahead, Abigail. I'd appreciate a super chat. Yeah, it's a bummer, but I'm not crying about it. It's just life, it's part of the adventure. It's kind of the crappy part of the adventure. But yeah, so now I'm scrambling. The other downside of that is, I do construction. I'm an electrician when I'm not YouTubing, and really hard to do that without a truck. So for 2 months, I've just been sitting here watching the dreams go out the window. But like I said, I don't give up. It's still going to happen. So hopefully next week I will have a truck again. Let's see what else we've been doing. Hey, Josh. Currently, Josh, I don't have any exact dates for the NEBDR. We've tossed around everywhere from July to the end of August. We're kind of working on getting those dates. And I don't know. I hadn't really thought about making it like a public event, but like if any of you are out there in that area, I would not be opposed to meeting up with you. I'll be with Chappie, so obviously I'll run it by him, but he'd probably be just fine. Not really sure, but I'm probably only going to be back on the East Coast once in my life that I know of now. And so to meet some of you all would be awesome. So cool to actually get to put a face and shake hands, maybe break bread or a Mountain House meal with y'all. I love it. Yeah, it's a good thing I'm independently wealthy. That's right. Let's rock. No, it's a good thing I've got a nurse for a wife that's very generous. But even the truck engine is just, I mean, I don't want to cry, and I don't want to. People have told me, why don't you ask for help? And I'm sure your viewers would like to help, but I don't like to do that. I don't want to be a cyber beggar. But some of you have thrown me some Ko-Fi and stuff, and it helps a ton. So thank you. That is not me begging. It's just thank you. And we'll make it happen because I committed to Chappie that I'd be there. So I'm going to be there. I may eat ramen noodles the whole damn time, but as long as we're out in nature, you know, I don't care what we're eating. Yeah, we've gotten through worse. We've gotten through worse. It was just, you know, I was up here when I made the goal to do 10 BDRs. That's a lofty goal. Even some people from the BDR told me that's a lofty goal. And then I got put back in my place for a little bit. But like I said, I'm a tenacious son of a bitch. So how about while I'm getting to the next thing that's going on, any of you have any adventures planned this year coming up, or you got new gear, anything you want to talk about? I'd love to talk about that. So that was the kicking the nuts, you know, it was the challenge and story arc. What's coming up is there's nothing wrong with ramen noodles. I mean, when I was young, I lived on them literally, and I'll do it to camp. You know, that's one thing about once you have a motorcycle and your gear, if you're not planning on staying in hotels, motorcycle travel and camping, sorry, is really inexpensive. I mean, it is nice to have a little bit extra cash with you or credit to get a hotel when the sky wants to open up hell or hail or rain. But I love sleeping in a tent. I just feel free that way. A little crazier. Lots of local adventures with our fam. Yes, we've got those planned. The ramen bomb, I love that. I actually have a video on the ramen bomb with a twist. A great guy. I had it right here. Give me a second if I can find it. Matty Outdoors. He's a through hiker. Well, he lives in Canada and he takes his dogs camping and stuff. But his channel is Matty Outdoors. And he had a ramen bomb with a twist. And instead of Spam, he just put like beef jerky in for the meat. Oh, it's delicious and nutritious and budget friendly. So you got to love it. I mean, you got to do what you can do. If I did hotels, I would get like one small adventure a year. Sleeping in a tent, maybe I could buy the same cost. It's pretty cool. Adventure to lake mountains from your backyard. Yeah, so Squatch and my daughter, they got married over last year, and I think it was about 2 weeks ago they closed and moved to their new home, which strangely enough is literally like a half mile from the first place Squatch and I rode dirt bikes, and we still ride dirt bikes there all the time. But back then there was no houses out there. And thanks to Google and Facebook moving there and the NSA, they're building houses everywhere. hopefully we can still ride in a couple years. But it's really cool. And I just thought it was, I don't know, serendipitous would be the right word. Just cool that that's where we rode and now they live there. I have plans soon to meet 1 or 2 people in Death Valley and maybe do Titus Canyon. That could be as soon as, I don't know, next week. I'm not sure, but it could be soon. So we'll keep that. Oh, yes. Thank you, Abby. Have I been racing this year? Like I made a goal to do all 10 BDRs, I also made a sworn statement that I would never desert race again last year. And the first one of the year came around. And Squatch, my son-in-law, said, we're going racing. So we went racing. I've actually got a video out about that shit show. Sorry, pardon the French. The Don't You Know Haunted Hotel. It was pretty fun. Supposed to race tomorrow. I was. Race number 2, but since I got these new pearly whites today, I'm not going to be racing tomorrow. Plus, it's raining. I know it's fun for you guys to watch those videos while I suffer, but I just don't feel like it right now. So I think the other thing was, I got the podcast planned to do the BDRs and getting out. I'm going to do the MA BDR, Mid-Atlantic BDR, and the New England backcountry discovery route towards the end of the summer sometime. So that'll be 2, plus I've done Utah already. That's 3. But that is clear across the country from me, really. And after having a truck die in the middle of nowhere, I've been a little apprehensive. I mean, I trust my bike. It gave me some problems last year, but got that taken care of. Yeah, that sand was Jess. Yes, it was. The funny thing is that hill where we were all stuck, I could have gone up with my eyes closed 10 minutes earlier. Wasn't even a thing, but my shift lever fell off. Had to fix that. By the time Squatch and I fixed it, all the novices were up on that hill, tearing it up. And I was getting pelted with rocks, golf ball sized rocks. It hurt. I may have said some bad words in that video. Sorry, people. It hurt. So we're going to do those back east. Now, originally, I had planned to do the Trans-American Trail, either out to do those or back. And that still is a want, but we'll just have to see how getting my truck back goes, how much they want to stick it to me on that, and how work goes after that. So I'm not giving up, but it's kind of iffy. Also got some big plans for Patreon. It'll hopefully help pay for that trip, but I'm going to be doing a lot of like behind the scenes content, and there are sections where I just record sections of the ride, and it doesn't really fit into like a YouTube video, but they're so beautiful, and I just love them. So I think I'll put those up on Patreon. Some more tips, etc. But then we got big plans for some giveaways. I haven't looked recently, but we're approaching like 2,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much. By the way, I don't see anybody going on adventures this year. If you are, let me know. I might have missed it. But got some really cool kind of one-of-a-kind items that I'm hoping to acquire and then pass on to a viewer, either at 2,000 subs or maybe 2,500 subs. Plus, I was looking around. I've got so much gear here. So I was toying with the idea of giving away like some nice tents or nice cook sets, or, but they were used by me, but they still are in great shape. I don't know if that's something people would be interested in or not, but I'm trying to pay things forward. And that's also where the channel is going. Trying to make videos geared more to helping you guys get out on your adventures, whether that be what gear to use, how to plan trips, where to go, stuff like that. All the things that I watched videos for 2 years thinking about how to do it, and I wanted to do it, didn't have the money, or I was too scared, or didn't know what to do. And so people like Tim had videos that helped me get to where I am. So I kind of want to pass that on, pay it forward. Yeah. You think Matt the Man says do the TAD if at all possible. Yeah, I'd really like to do that. I mean, like I said, I don't know that I'll ever get back east again. It's far. A lot of time away from the wife and kids, and financially harder too. So it only makes sense to do the TAT. I may do that on the way there from Utah to Virginia. And then maybe next year I could do from Utah to California, Oregon, something like that. Because I love to the transcontinental divide. That looks cool. And if you guys have not seen, if you like off-road riding, Rocky Mountain ATV has started doing like mini BDR type trails. And they have some cool rides. Some of them go down like into Lake Powell, some go into Colorado, Nevada, and they're, 80% or more off-road. So another good resource. Also backcountry discovery routes. But thanks for the heads up on that, Matt. The TAT does look cool, and it seems a lot funner to me to take dirt roads all the way back east than on the 701 next to semis and cops, if I'm in a mood and I'm cruising. Yeah, there's some good videos on the Rocky Mountain rides, definitely. And the BDR has some. There's some okay videos on the Utah BDR from certain creators. Shameless self-promotion. Sorry. But yeah, some great resources. Russell, I mean, are you doing any adventures currently or soon? I know we talked about this pretty recently, if I'm correct. Hey, would you recommend a 690 or a 701? Many issues from Nick. I would recommend a 690 or a 701, definitely. I love my bike. I wanted for a couple of years, I wanted a 690. And my buddy Johnny Mack had the 701. And it became available at a deal I could not refuse. I love the bike. It basically is a 690. It's a 2018. So at the time, the 2018 Husky had a counterbalance in the shaft, so it didn't vibrate as much. And the same year of a KTM did not have it, so that's why he got the 701. So it's awesome. But I love the black and orange and white. I'm just going to say it. Like, unfortunately, the plastics don't switch over. Pretty much everything else is the same on them. But I love it. It's great. I've ridden 1,000 miles of pavement down to meet somebody to do 500 miles of a BDR and then ride 500 miles pavement back. So people that tell you they don't work on the highway, they can't. Yeah, it's bull crap. They can. Have I had any issues? The main issue I had, it wouldn't start a few times. And it took me forever to figure out what it was. But at 12,000 miles, I had not checked the valve clearance just because it was kind of a pain. And really, I forgot it because I was just adventuring everywhere. Went to Colorado, New Mexico, did the Utah BDR, and I think I was on a mission last year. And so I did it myself, and I ended up having to shim the exhaust valves just a little bit. Just ran like a champ since. So, and that's something that's on the user because it's in the book at 12,000 miles. You should just check your valve clearance. But other than that, no, that thing it's amazing. I love it. So 690, 701, definitely would recommend them. Thinking of doing, that's right, next weekend. Very interesting, Russell. I've already done the south part, but that's the warm part right now. I'm not inviting myself, but that's very interesting next weekend. 2-stroke or 4-stroke? Well, luckily I have both because I'm independently wealthy or way in debt. It's more like it. I love 2-strokes. My first thought was to motorcycle camp off my 300 XCW 2-stroke. People told me it couldn't be done. I wanted to be the first one to go across the United States on a 2-stroke. That's how I found the Trans-American Trail and learned about that. Then I met Tim Collins in Idaho, and I had borrowed the 701, and that's how the 701 became mine, because I realized it's more realistic to do a bigger bike. The DR 350 from 99, huh? Hey, I love it. I've done a lot of thinking about that, and that's one thing I'm going to put into my intro in the coming vids, and that is I'm not going to ever tell you that my bike is better than your bike. My bike's the only bike. My way is the only way, because it's not. What I am going to say is you can make an adventure out of whatever bike you have, even if it's a pedal bike. I don't care. And you can do it with crappy gear, or, my first moto camp was on a 2008 300 KTM 2-stroke. And we had a tent. There was 2 of us with the same bikes, basically. We had a support tent. We had a tent. We had duffel bags full of camp chairs. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we brought like one of those Coleman stoves, and it was all on the fender without a rack. I mean, it's hilarious, but we did it. And I fell in love with it. So you can make any bike work. Sometimes you have to change what type of adventure, maybe. But I say go for it. And thanks for living vicariously through me. I mean, it's really fun. Even when I'm doing these solo, I think about you guys and what your comments might be, and it makes me feel not so alone. How do I have my mic set up while riding? Well, in a perfect world, I use the Purple Panda, and I had two of them, but like everyone else, I started with cheaper gear. I had a cheap used Scorpion helmet for my adventure ride, and had the purple mic in there, set up great. Then I acquired a Climb, like $600 Krios, really lightweight helmet, and I moved the mic over, and in doing so, I kind of like pulled the wires out. So I've got one now in my Climb. For dirt biking, I just do it right on front and use that audio or play music because the wind sucks. But I have a windsock now. Yeah, I wish I could share pictures and stuff here. I'm sure I can. But yeah, the first picture of our first moto camp is hilarious. Excuse me. I have been looking at the Rode 2 Go mics. It's a wireless, and it's for two mics, wireless mic system. So you can have the other rider with it, you with it, and then it plug into your GoPro or your camera, etc. Because I'm trying to figure out when I'm with Chappie how we're gonna capture our conversations through the Cena, which is usually pretty easy, but my Cena is just for my helmet, and it doesn't have like a mic port. Yeah, the adapter thing. Yeah, the stupid dongle. Hate those things. You know, when I got my GoPro Hero, I still use a Hero 7. When I got that, they were sold out of the adapter things. Couldn't get them. So I think it's $50 part. I got one off eBay for $150. Still using that one, knock on wood. But currently they're back in stock, I think, but it was like 2 or 3 months. They didn't have them. And I was like, well, I got to record audio. So yeah, the stupid adapter thing. In fact, I also, speaking of the adapter thing, it's right here. And I bought this off YouTube. It's just a GoPro case that actually holds it, which is convenient and not convenient, because when you get this on the front of your helmet, you got to get it pretty low or you're looking through it. Yeah, I'll post in a little bit, I'll post a picture of my first moto camp on Instagram. Good idea, Abby. Also, if you guys have not joined Two Wheels in a Tent group on Facebook, I want to hear about Facebook. I know I only use it for the channel, really. But if you want to join up, that's where probably a lot of the giveaways and stuff are going to be done. Yeah, no problem. I hope that helped. The Purple Panda mic is awesome. I learned about that through Tim, and I've seen a ton of other people that use it too. It's just awesome. But if I get that updated, I'll let you know. Anybody else got any questions? I think that's pretty much all I had to update. Basically, life fell apart, and we're trying to put it back together and make vids and have some adventures and stay connected with y'all. Also, I'm just curious if something like, say, a tent, a really nice tent that I traded. Thank you so much, Abigail, for the super chat. Thank you. That's a half tank of gas. Thank you so much. In the future, I do believe Washington has a BDR, so I'm going to have to make it happen. On a side note, I did used to live in Spokane for like a year when I was young, and I loved Spokane, Washington. It was so damn pretty. Apparently, Spokane has grown a lot since I was 16 or 15, whatever it was. Good night. Let's rock. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, man. It's always good to hear from you. You tried? Wasn't letting you? I'm sorry. I don't know how Abby snuck one in there. I mean, I do appreciate the donations. You don't have to. Trust me, you don't have to. But there we go. Keep it up. Keep it up. Well, thank you, Jesse. Also, I believe you can email me at twowheelsandatent@gmail.com. Any of you that are back east, or even around here, if you want to give me your contact info, I can text you, address, whatever. I would love to meet people along the way, because I mean, it is so cool. The destinations are cool, but it's the people you meet along the way and the views you see. I mean, I'm more of a journey type, and so meeting new people is effing awesome. Master Biker, good day, mate. I have thought about, that's funny, I have thought about two wheels in a hammock. Maybe we'll do a spinoff. I was actually looking at those on Amazon today. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to share before we all have to go to bed. I picked this up today. You probably know I'm a Jetboil fanboy, junkie, whatever. I love my Jetboil. But when I went to the Moscow Reckless 80, things just pack differently. I'm not saying it won't fit, but I used to carry it on the side, and somewhere around here I have what happens to one. Hold on 1 second. Seeing is believing on this. Maybe it's finally gone forever. I swear I was going to save it as a trophy, but it's not looking good. Anyway, I apologize for the ruckus, but I smashed my Jetboil. If you know about Jetboils, the bottom has a burner that screws down to the bottom. So once the bottom is smashed, you're hosed. You're not using it to cook. And I found something half the size as far as tall. It's the MSR Pocket Rocket 2 mini stove kit. I just picked this up today. It's half the size, tall. But I'll just show you real quick. Haven't used it yet. I'm going to use it when we get off, because I got to go make some noodles, because that's all I can eat after going to the dentist. But you got your lid with a strainer. Comes with this kind of cheesy but actually pretty useful pot grabber, so when it's hot you're not burning your hand. You can also fit the fuel for it in there, and the burner. They all fit in there. So you just unfold it. I have a BRS titanium one of these that was $15, but its wings are about this big, so putting a pot on it or a frying pan is not going to happen. So that's pretty cool. And it also comes with a case, which I'm a sucker for a case. And the top has this around it so that you don't burn yourself. And it comes with the measuring cup. So I had some REI money from all the gear I bought last year. Woohoo! And basically I got this for like $2 after using that. So thank you, Abby, for the super chat. You are awesome. I think you click the money sign, but it's no worry. Let's rock. I appreciate you. I know you've helped me out with gas money in the past. I appreciate it. Jesse Boudet. Thank you. Thank you. Still blows my mind when you guys do that. I appreciate it more than you know, because it is a lot of work doing the adventures, making videos, reviews and stuff. It is a lot of work, but I enjoy it, so it doesn't feel like work. So when you folks like send me $5-10, it just blows my mind in. I appreciate it. But I had never heard of the mini. It's a whole kit. Pocket Rocket 2 mini stove kit. And I think it was like $85 or something. I don't know. Roughly around there. So yeah, it's a little spendy, and I would not have it if I didn't have the REI cash from last year. Yeah, I'm excited to do a review. In fact, I'm excited to get to my spaghetti. Also, you folks may have seen this video and you may not. I'm so excited. I reached out to this company that makes the Ferrari. Literally the Ferrari of camping chairs. And yes, this thing is not cheap, but it is not meant to be cheap. Anyway, Mulibex, Mulibex. I reached out to them thinking he would tell me, go take a flying leap, buddy. Your channel's not big enough to be asking me to sponsor you or help you out. He did help me out with making this affordable for me at this time. So that should give you an idea of how much he helped me out. It's like a $300 chair. So there you go. But the metal is made in Easton, like they do arrows for hunting, baseball bats. I used those when I was young. But the case turns into a mountain house holder, or you can throw ice in it, store beers. And the frame also turns. You can take this off, and there is an accessory that makes this just a stool, just a sitting stool. And there's also an accessory that you can make it like a lounge chair for the beach. Got the huge feet on it, so you won't sink in. Anyway, just wanted to share those with you. That's some of the big news that's happened. Yeah, Master Biker. And I don't know if I covered that, but that was meant to be like a half-hour, 40-minute video of the whole trip. I had to go to the dentist today, and to be honest, I was really nervous about that all week. So that's what I got edited so far. And then when I got that far, I was totally stoked on it. Like the intro and everything I thought was cool. Hopefully you guys did too. Hopefully, because it's a little different style for me. Next week, next Friday, I'm committing to you guys that I will have the full-length version of that video out. It was a great trip, and I can't wait to share it. It's fun to do the adventures, but being a YouTuber, I'm learning that I get to relive the adventure while I edit it. And then when you guys make comments and ask questions, like I'm reliving it again, and it's so cool. So I appreciate you watching and, leaving comments, hitting me up by email, etc. Happy was just telling me this week that last week our podcast on Throttled Adventures, we got a record for us, 54 downloads like in the first week or something on an episode. You like the drone shots? Good thing, because that's one of the biggest things I have to carry on the bike. It's become I went from a bigger luggage system to a smaller luggage system and then bought a drone. Don't do that, people. Buy your drone first. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, any other questions you guys, gals have? Yeah, balancing the drone and the jet boil. Yeah, that's why this baby. I mean, it only saves 2 or 3 inches, but every little bit helps. Anyway, I figure I'm going to try to do one of these updates at least once a month. I got some big adventure plans coming up, so yeah, me too. Me too. It's amazing. It's amazing how much faster the bike goes without me on it. Speaking of fat arses, I forgot to mention in my teaser video of this chair, 550 pounds. I mean, I don't know how much keg weighs. I'm just going to throw it out. I could sit on this thing and then throw a keg on my lap if I were so inclined. Any adventures that people specifically want to watch? I knew Squatch was going to pull this shit. I'm not racing tomorrow, Vince. Oh, all right, let's do it. Fuck it. Let's go. Only thing is we only have one thing of oil, and I'm sure you're probably using it right now. So I can't race on the oil that's in my 300. Sit on the keg. That's a good call. That's a good call, but it doesn't help me promote this company though, Russell. Just kidding. You know what? That's usually when Squatch and I decide to race, Amber, is about 2 a.m. the day of the race or right before. Come on now. Now that you said it, Ben. What? Okay, let's take a vote, everybody. Are we racing tomorrow or not? Call me out on my shit. I'll show up. I'll do this shit. In fact, I'm in the mood to gain some points in the standings. I might just kick people as I drive by. Booyah! If you let me borrow your Gromma, I'll race on it. Still have bruises on my chest from the last one. Yeah. I had a chipped tooth, but took care of that today. The last one was brutal. It was fun. After we were done, it seemed fun. Some of it was fun. There were some really flowy sections and stuff, but the flat tire, the waiting for the guy to change it till 3 a.m, the rocks and sand getting thrown in my face, that part was not, I can't really spin that in any way to say that was fun. Okay, we won't race tomorrow. I promise. No, yeah, every race doesn't seem fun till after, actually. Squatch says I look like I'm going to die. Like I'm communing with the gods, ready to cross over the river Styx after a race. But the last race, I'd been working out with Abigail for almost 3 weeks, not every day, but we tried. And man, I felt a lot better at that race, even though we had 3 hours of sleep before it. Oh, that's a killer. Type 2 fun, for sure. Good memories. Just not always fun during the making of the memories, like most of my videos. Favorite race I've done? Probably my race to Johnny Mac's house to pick up the 701. But other than that, the funnest riding of a race I done was down at one of the nationals, but I actually busted my wrist in that race. Yeah, wrists are feeling all right. Those wrist braces, man, they're light and they're awesome. I know Squatch's favorite race wasn't Yost. I liked Price, which is tomorrow's race, and I liked Cowdung. Firebirds down in Jericho. Broke my wrist, that's right. And I rode 14 miles the rest of that lap, by the way. Thank you very much. Cowdung was fun. Firebirds was fun. All right, peoples. Last chance. Any off the wall questions? I don't know. Suggestions for videos or podcasts? On the podcast, we have a little elf called the What If Elf, and we take questions from listeners that are just crazy like stuff. Chimney Rock was not my favorite. V. I thought I was literally dead. Squatch and our buddy Lyman were outside the tent after I spent, I think it was literally like 8 hours doing my first race ever in the sand. Didn't know how to ride in sand. It sucked. I thought I was dying. I'd move my finger, it would cramp and stay there. I couldn't get it without going like that. And my feet were doing it. And my heart was racing and everything hurt. And all I wanted was for Squatch and Lyman to like go to Walmart, go away, let me die in peace. And they're just out there just talking and talking. And I'm like, it's embarrassing to die in front of people. I want to be alone. I spent many years playing guitar. Before I got back into dirt bikes, there was a time I was playing 12 hours a day, but the hands kind of hurt now, so I don't play. But the music that is in Throttled Adventures podcast is all my old like tracks that I recorded and stuff. So yeah, occasionally I'll pick it up and strum, but I can't play for more than like 5 minutes and it hurts. Hey, what's up, Chris? What is up? Long time no see. Love it. How you doing, brother? What's a retracted message, Amber? Dirty Tires is here in the house. Wrenching in the garage. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, throw on the Throttle Adventures podcast while you're wrenching. Except it could make you laugh. I don't know. Man, it's so good to see some of you. It's good to see all of you, but it's like crazy. I always think, yeah, I'll just hop on and talk to myself for a half hour. And then I look up occasionally and there's actually people here and they're asking questions. You guys are awesome. Because on Two Wheels in a Tent, Amber, we are always grammarly correct. And I shan't put up with any misspelled words. I watched the show and the guy said shan't a couple weeks ago, and now it's like my word to drive my wife nuts with. I shan't be going there. That's right. That's how I landed my wife, was the guitar. So there was a time I was pretty good at it, I think. I sure enjoyed it. Captain Jack. Savvy, don't you know? I'm just going to swing on over to the Don't You Know Hotel. Savvy. Right on. I love it. Thank you, Dan from Dirty Tires. You know, I'm going to be real close to Cali maybe next weekend. You're going to have to hit me up, Chris. I'm going to be meeting somebody else that has your bike too. It's going to kill me seeing the 790s in real life. I'm not. I shan't able to answer that question. Yeah, I can't spell, so I do get some comments occasionally on my videos when I try and type in stuff that is helpful information to the viewer. And I'll definitely get, hey, you misspelled. Thanks so much, Chris. I mean, we got to meet up. We've been talking about it for a while. Got to do it. How far is Death Valley from you? Or Titus Canyon? That area. I'm sorry I missed that, David, that you've been riding the National Forest. That is awesome. Those are my favorite places. I love riding in the mountains and forests. I'm definitely going to hit you up, Chris. Oh, hell yeah. Man, you'll have to send me a message or something with your phone so I can text you and we can set something up, because I got to meet you, Mr. Rippy. Definitely love meeting you all, especially when I get close to you. Like, we just need to make them happen, because every adventure I take there's a million reasons that I shouldn't. So I'm on borrowed time, but I'm loving it, baby. The long way. So what I gather from you guys is we should do the Trans-American Trail, either out there or back. Yeah, life's too short, man. It is. I can't believe my kids are growing up, and one of them moved out and has their own house just last month. And I still remember when she was just a little bitty baby. So life's short, time flies, you know. But I'm going to get out and adventure, and I hope the hell to inspire you guys to adventure, because 3 years ago, I was a homebody. Like, I was paranoid to leave the house. And no, it wasn't drug-related induced. No, I just had anxiety and whatever, and man, it changed my life. So I'm hoping to help you guys do it. Yeah, the NEBDR. I'm doing that, and the MADBDR, Chris. Yeah, those darn kids are like weeds, man. You're in Thailand? I don't know if I can ride a bike to Thailand, but you never know. I think that's so awesome that you're watching from there. Wow. Yeah, who knew? Son-in-law traded what did you trade for that? Was it your airsoft gun? No, it was the chopper. The little chopper. Son-in-law traded a little chopper with the kicker, with the suicide shifter, for a 250cc CRF 250. And well, the son-in-law had a bike, so I had to get one to teach him how to ride. Right? I mean, isn't that what you do? As a father-in-law, you got to teach the kid how to ride. Duh. So I had to get a bike, and the rest you're watching the history. Some of it's fantabulous, and some of it's might scare you all off from doing adventures watching mine. Any excuse will do. That wasn't an excuse. I was investing in your future, Abigail. History in the making. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get out and meet more of you. It's just so cool. Okay, I'm going to have to Google Nakunamo Island. Oh, that's awesome. From FTA Adventures channel. Well, welcome from Thailand, and welcome from Master Biker. Where are you at? I want to say Australia. I haven't eaten for quite a while. My brain's slow. I need to get to New Zealand in my life to ride some crap. Yeah. It's all for you, Dan. That's why I go to the crazy, stupid things I do. I think I even said that in a video. I saw a gentleman cross training enduro, did some rides out in Thailand, I believe, and looked awesome. I think he rented the bikes, obviously. The land down under. All right. That's what I thought. I need to make it out there. Meet Master Biker. Dynamadness is out there. Some others that I can't recall right at the moment, but I may do the Simpson Desert someday. Who knows? Oh man, I appreciate all of you dropping in, spending some of your weekend with me, and listening to me ramble. I love getting to know you. Let's go to Thailand. All right, Chris. Don't threaten me with a good time. I've got a lot of you actually asking me to get a passport. Some people want me to go to Baja. I'm meeting some people that have their homes up in Canada. Randomly Trees, what's up? Hey, better late than never. That's how I always show up. So you never know, but it's so cool. you know, I never thought I'd be talking to somebody from Thailand or from Australia or a buddy in Canada. It blows my mind. It just blows my mind. So while social media and etc. can be stressful, especially these days, it can be really cool too, because connecting with all of you, it's pretty awesome. My kids were going to buy me a shirt. I think I'll just buy it myself. It says, I'm sorry I'm late. I didn't want to come. It's 11:42 there. It is 10:42 where I live. PM. The Barstow to Vegas scramble. So Dirty Dan, that just reminds me of something, you know. This may age me a little bit. There's this lady, Sheryl Crow, and she had a song about she was going to go to Barstow and get herself some Crossroads trucker. So every time I see Barstow, I think of that. And we stayed in Barstow in a hotel on the way home from Disneyland because I was too tired to drive. Let me tell you what, my tent camping is like the Taj motherfucking Hall to that place. It was probably like a $20 hotel. And man, you just left the lights on because things were crawling. Oh, man. But a race from Barstow to Vegas, that could be fun. My buddy Chris Dragan, I think, did that years ago. Riders from everywhere. That's right, Chris. You know, it's a cool community. The more and more I become involved, the more I see that. Like, I've heard of things like Bunk a Biker. People that'll just let a biker stay in their house for a night or something when they're in it. That hotel was nasty. Yeah, mom made you leave your shoes on. 3:42 p.m. It must be beer 30, Master Biker. Yeah, I might have made up a new word. I do that all the time, Chris. Barstool. Yep, definitely. Oh, man. I hate to say goodbye. But I need to go try out my new gear. Cook me up some spaghetti and sit in the new chair. But I definitely I'll give more advance notice next time. I'd like to do these like twice a month, but definitely at least once a month. And everybody check out Throttled Adventures podcast. And any of you that would like to leave me your contact info, I think the best way is just like 2wheelsandAtent@gmail.com. Because I'm going to be literally crossing the country this year. And it would be really cool for me to even have a name or number of somebody in the state that I'm going through. Not for just when things go wrong. It's just cool. Like, it's very comforting to know that you know anybody in a state. When I was in Minnesota, I knew nobody in Minnesota, and I was stranded for literally a week. And you want to talk about panic attacks. Woo! Thanks, randomly. Yeah, I mean, we've been having a blast on that damn podcast. We talk about motorcycles. We talk about camping. We try to do things that are useful. Chappie tries to keep me on a level, linear. This is what we're doing on the podcast. And I try the whole time just to mess him up. So I have a blast with it. And people listen for some reason. Hey, you bet. It's awesome to check in with y'all. And like I said, everybody go to Two Wheels in a Tent Facebook group. I will add you if you ask to be added. I'm going to be doing some giveaways. Spoiler alert, since you're all here, I gave Tim a tent, a NEMO tent that's really cool. One person, small, lightest tent that you can buy, 2-person, I believe, for a trinket, a safety charm. Tim used that on his all national parks tour. And he's now got a new tent sponsored by Lone Rider, I believe it is. Could be wrong, but anyway, at some point, I'm thinking I may get that tent back and give it away to one of the viewers for like 2,500 subscriber mark or whatever. I don't know. If that's something that you guys think would be cool. So I used it on my first adventures, and then Tim used it all across the United States. Yeah, it's a used tent, but you've seen videos with it. I would think it would be cool. If you think that's stupid, silly, stinky, whatever, just say. But I just want to find ways to pay forward and, you know, get you guys out there, because somebody helped me get out and now I won't come back in. But thank you, all of you, for showing up. I hope you have a great weekend and night or day, depending where you are. And Dirty, I hope you get posting some more vids, whether you change your channel or whatever. I always enjoy them. So, yep, help jumpstart someone else's adventure, definitely. And I've got a ton of tents and cook sets and yada yada. Yeah, they might have been used once, twice, whatever. But you know, I understand this stuff doesn't come free, and I just think more of us need to see the world on 2 wheels. It looks so much better on 2 wheels. Anyway, I've rambled for an hour and 15 minutes almost. So I appreciate you stopping in, hanging with me. And I look forward to meeting some of you and hearing from you again. Stay tuned next week. That video will be the full-length video of the whole trip. And I promise I'll do my best to keep you entertained. All right. So, plus it's got Tim Collins in it. How can we lose with that? So, yeah, I'll be good ish. Good night, man. Good night, all. And Jesse, send me an email with your plan for your Arizona BDR if you don't mind. I may just happen to join you if that's cool. Good night or good day, mate. Cheers. We'll see you randomly. I need to come over and catch up on your vids as well. All right. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.